Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field.
From the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
Here's Fields.
They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On play action, Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket.
He'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Cole Kmet.
45 yards.
And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Now Geno on first down.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Smith. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Buying time to his left. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19. 23 yards the pickup there.
4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trust by the play caller, by the quarterback, the receivers, you name it. Everyone locked in, everyone doing their job. I'd continue to go in that direction because right now they got the defense back on their heels.
Well, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
First and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Here's Smith. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Geno now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Now it's Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
Well, that was an intriguing call. You got a chip shot field goal. Tight game. Why not just take the 3?
I know that not all the old rules apply in today's NFL, and in fact, I'd love to have an analytics coach here with us right now to say why that was probably a good play. I don't know if even the analytics coach would have said that. That seemed like a bad play. Take the points there and move on.
Fields on first down. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
He's going to look deep for more. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Chicago.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
A give for Walker running right.
Gets around him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 39, Smith.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Back to throw. Fields. Right side. Claypool's got it. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Finds Komet on the quick slant. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Forced out to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Fields now to throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd and 9, Smith.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
On first down, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Here's Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Smith on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
A handoff for Herbert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Cook. Hey, Charles, can you give me water? Oh, geez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter.
From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And we'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Jones on the return. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 37.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st down, Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away. Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Five yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
From his own end zone, Fields. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney. Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here's a give to Herbert.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Play action. It's Fields. Completion here to Claypool.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Here's Herbert.
Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
That's complete to Mooney.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 38-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll get this awfully close to a first down. Boy, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now Geno on 1st down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Now, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Throwing now is Geno. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again is Smith. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, is still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Now Herbert. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Herbert once more.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
All eyes on Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run for it. This is Foreman.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
Let's go, fellas. You know what we need, baby.
Here's Foreman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.